Hello, everyone, and sorry for the late stream. Uh, the Rainbow Lover, thanks for commenting. Not really. I've been dealing with some issues, real, real issues, not like trolling or whatever. Because I don't have time for to deal with trolls or people that hate me for whatever reason anymore. I have like real, actual, you know, uh, real, actual things that have been happening. So, um, for one, my uncle who had brain cancer, uh, his cancer might come back. I have um, a cousin who has COVID. Uh, I have a sister that's like dealing with depression, native thoughts. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, I have a relative that recently just died. That I have to uh, go to the funeral of tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna do like I was going to do and just like post a list. Uh, and also I have like this friend from Facebook. Not gonna mention any names, but who's dealing with mental and physical abuse. So there's that. So like I said, lots of things going on. That's why I don't, you know, deal. Uh, that's why I'm not dealing in streams right now. I've been to people's streams, but I haven't like gone. I haven't made my own. I've gone into them, but I haven't made my own. Uh, Granted, I've been making stream after stream after stream, deleting some because I want like post less and less, like I said, uh, which I have been. Uh, but yeah. So anyway, thank you, Rainbow Lover, for the comment. Anyway, let's get actual to the actual video. So things that scared me as a child. Lots of people have done this already. I thought, well, why don't I do it? So, I know one that really didn't scare me, but like the others, but one did freak me out, and that was the scene in The Shining where Jack Torrance goes into, I forget the room number, and sees a lady in the tub naked. She comes out. Jack holds her, and then looks in the mirror, and then she's like this decrepit old lady, like that. So yeah, didn't really scare me that much. Not like the others. Now, when I was 10, I uh, I watched Return to Oz, and uh, like there's some terrible, weird, and scary shit in that movie. For an '80s movie and for a Disney movie, as a sequel to the original Wizard of Oz. But this one is actually based more off of the books than it's more faithful to the books than uh, the one from the '30s. So, which was a good thing. But the more so the whole movie, um, not just one moment, but like the whole movie itself, uh, scared me without end. To where like someone would talk to me and they would like jump, like, oh, see, shouldn't have watched that movie. And that was when I was like 9 or 8 or 9, I believe. I have watched it recently on Disney Plus. I actually liked that it was on Disney Plus, and I was kind of overjoyed about it. Being on Disney Plus, and I could watch it. And when I watched it again, I was like, oh, it was still has still the creepy imagery that I remember. It had the weirdness that I remember, but it didn't really scare me because I've grown up since then. Uh, but it's a good film. I like it, and I would love to honestly watch it a third time, uh, especially with friends, uh, where you can get drunk and watch it. Like it's a weirdly, really weird movie, and it's funny because I talked to one of my ex friends that was I was working with, and about this movie, and it was a long time ago. Like it was on my first job, and we had this discussion. I forget. I think it was about movies that scared us or scarred us or whatever. And I mentioned Return to Oz, and she was like, she never heard it before, and so I showed her the trailer, and she was like, "Oh, that doesn't look scary at all. There's this talking chicken or whatever." Uh, and she was like, "That's not scary." And I said, "Well, just watch it and see." I don't know if she actually watched it, uh, but yeah, it was it was like I said, it really scared me to the point where I haven't watched it in years. Like I've watched it, I think last year. So yeah, um, and that was pretty much the second time that I watched it. And like I said, I liked it. It didn't bother me as much. It didn't scare me as much as, you know, when I was a child. Now, the next one is this very old movie from the 90s. Of course, lots of people know this movie. Lots of people quote this movie. Lots of people are like, yeah, it scared the shit out of me as a child. Uh, some people, I think Doug Walker was like, I don't see what's so scary about this character, and that is the 1990s miniseries It, and mainly the the scene here was when Pennywise came out of the made a hole from the bottom of the shower where Richie was showering, and came out. It was kind of like this claymation kind of stuff, uh, but that was so yeah. most of the most of it that most of that doesn't hold up today, but I mean, I seen it recently in a Blu-ray cover. Like you see like the full version, like 2 discs, and there's like a Blu-ray. There's like of it. There's like hardcovers. If I would have had like enough money, I would have bought it because I like it. It for what it was. It's not as accurate as the remake. Um, however, the second film can suck a dick. Like I didn't like the second film at all. It didn't live up to the hype of the first one really at all. Or you know, like the first one was a good, really good film, and like the second one was just like mediocre and just awful. Um, anyway, so he pokes his head out and talks to Richie and tells him how he'll float and whatever. Um, I forget the main dialogue, but then he puts his head back and then uh, shows his sharp teeth, and like this image right here. And afterward, this scene especially, I didn't shower for like a long, long time. I didn't even like go to the bathroom. Well, I went to the bathroom, but like I washed my hands, but I didn't like shower or take a bath because mainly because of this scene and the scene with the end of part one where Stanley uh, slices her breast open and with his blood writes it in big letters. But it, mainly this scene scared me so much that like I never showered until uh, it was like a couple weeks. So yeah, it was scary and like I watched it when I was like probably 11 or 12, but like either way, like it scared the shit out of me. And like I said today, like, if I watched it like right now, I would really, it wouldn't really bother me that much uh, than when I was a child. Like most of this stuff, a lot of this stuff, honestly, because mostly I've outgrown it. Now, it is creepy in a way that I would, it would scare me, but it wouldn't scare me like it, like when I was, 12 or, 11. But it would still scare me. So the next one is from from a scene from The Devil's Advocate. Um, Great film. Uh, Charles D. Thorne, Keanu Reeves, um, uh, Serpinko, the guy that played Serpinko, and Tony Montana. Hold on, I just had like the biggest fucking brain fart. Wait a second. Al Pacino. Al Pacino was the. I was gonna look it up and then I remember. Al Pacino was the devil, um, and like the main the main plot point of this is that the devil, aka Al Pacino, wants the Keanu Reeves character to be his assistant, and I believe I don't remember like I only watched the film like once in passing. If this isn't like the plot, tell me. Anyway, so anyway, and then like these things happen, and like Chelsea Thorne, who is his wife, gets all these visions, and like her mind gets all twisted, and like uh, she gets all fucked up. And one of the one of the visions is she wakes up and she goes into I think the kitchen or somewhere, and she sees this naked baby uh, on the floor. And she's like, "What? Where's uh, where's your mommy? Where's your mommy?" And then she looks and uh, she sees that the baby is playing with something, and the baby is playing with well, uh, some kind of like uh, uh, intestines or well, body part or something. And she looks down and she sees blood uh, where her vagina is, and that's her. The baby was playing with her uh, uterus. And I remember one day when I was a child, uh, I don't, I didn't see the entire film. I just seen this film. This I didn't see the entire film, just this scene. Um, when I was when I was actually sleeping right by my grandparents, and I woke up and I saw the entire scene where, and then where she's like goes in there and she's like, "Where's your mother? Where's your money?" And then he he's playing with he or she's playing with Chelsea Thorne's I don't know, I forget the character's actual name, uh uterus parts, and my grandfather just my grandfather gestured to my grandmother, who they were both awake watching this. I think this is the first time they saw it, I believe. And it's funny because you wouldn't expect like hardcore religious people to watch stuff like this. Like for instance, one time I went in and uh, they were watching Django, and I asked them about it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I liked that," and I was like, "Oh wow," because you wouldn't expect people like that to like something like that because they don't really like uh, cursing unless like you know and when they're watching movies they're like, well, there's too much cursing, so they change it. Uh, anyway, so he gestured to her, and she looked at me. And I was like right by her bed. Um, I had my own bed, and I believe I was on the floor or something, and I was staring up, looking at the film, at the movie. I was probably 6 or 7. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I was probably older then when this movie came out. But anyway, I don't remember when the movie came out. Anyway, and then she looked at me, and then I didn't say anything. I just went back to sleep, and then I fell asleep, and it was kind of like I said, it was kind of creepy. But I mean, things like that really don't hold up uh, a lot when you get older. And so I am a Hellraiser fan through and through. I love the films up to the one where they didn't have Doug Bradley in it. I forget which one it was. It was a terrible one. Hold on. Revelations was it. Um, because look at this. Like that's the original, right? So this is what Revelations looks like. Give me a second. Went from this to this. Like that just looks like like a parody or a porn parody or something. Anyway, so anyway, I used to love watching them like over and over. I haven't really watched all of the movies. I've watched up to Judgment. Like, and I take back what I said. Is it wasn't just that Doug Riley wasn't in Revelations. That's not why I didn't like the film because I liked Judgment. And yeah, I know Judgment is a ripoff of the Prophecy. I know films from Christopher Walken. I know. And it's the same guy that made them. But anyway, I still like the movie. But Revelations, I would say, is just like a terrible, terrible movie in itself. Plot's awful. The characters are awful, and it's just a terrible fucking movie. And that's coming from a fucking franchise that had like video games mixed into their fucking movie franchise. I'm talking about Hellworld, by the way, uh, which wasn't really, which fucking, I'm not gonna say Pinhead because he's actually, I actually call him the engineer or help help priest, the help priest. Uh, anyway, he wasn't really in that film except for the end where he fucking killed shit. What's his name? Where he killed Lance Hendrickson. In the end, excuse me. Um, but yeah. Anyway, I forget which one it was I was watching. I think it was the first or second. It was either Hellraiser or Hellbound. Um, anyway, I went to sleep at. This is this is really embarrassing to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Uh, I went to sleep, and this was when I was a teenager. I went to sleep at my mom's room because I just watched the film, and I had the those movies with all the like they have all the movies in them in one case, but then they have another like another film franchise in it. Like it was basically this amazing set of movies. It was Hellraiser. It was combined Hellraiser and the Prophecy movies, like all of them, up to well, all of them that was made to that point. So like Hellraiser to Hell World. Um, anyway, speaking of which, like I said, the Prophecy, I, like Judgment is basically the Prophecy. The Prophecy is a great fucking film. Well, to an extent, it goes off the rails at that point. But I would love to watch uh, Prophecy again. Uh, Christopher Walken as Michael the Angel is like amazing. He's amazing. Um, Sucks that they killed him off. And what, like the third film, I think. Spoilers. Anyway, I was asleep and I had this dream where Nair would came into my mom's room, and like it was like this very short dream where like I screamed and then like I threw a pillow at him and the pillow went through him and like I woke up and that was it. But like it, this is why this is the last one. I don't even know why I added it to the list. I guess it scared me to an extent where I had like a bad dream, but it was a pretty shitty dream. And I had worse fucking nightmares than that. So yeah. Honorable mentions. Um, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Even though I love that series, that cartoon series to death. It has some scary, weird imagery, but not as bad as like Pennywise or like the Gnome King from Return to Oz or the baby from um, Devil's Advocate. Anyway, um, what else? I'm trying to remember. I don't think that was pretty much it. Uh, I mean the girl from the ring, um, Tabitha, kind of scared me too. Uh, honestly, um, the dark used to scare me when I was a child. Of course, that's everybody's fear, that and the boogeyman. Uh, whereas like I would get like nightlight and like put to my bed. But, like I said, I've grown out of that. Uh, I think that's it. So yeah, short stream. So like I said, uh, it was. I gotta hurry because I gotta go to bed because I got a funeral tomorrow. And like I said, I think after this other stream about Seth Rogen, I think I'm gonna uh post less and less. I'm gonna try to at least. Um, I know that I don't think I'm gonna get to the Master of the Universe stream. Honestly, I'm still gonna do the. I was gonna do a stream about all the pulp heroes like Flash Gordon, uh, Doc Savage, Phantom, uh, the Shadow. All those. I'm gonna do that. Uh, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that for a while. So yeah, this is Papa Cronus, and thanks for the support. Again, thank you, the Rainbow Lover. I guess you're a new subscriber. Thank you for checking up in up on me, and I hope every mother out there had a good Mother's Day. Sorry I didn't make a Mother's Day stream. Uh, anyway, and yeah, oh, and thanks, uh, versus the game for commenting, and I forget the other people, but the other people that commented on my videos recently, uh, about Barnes and Noble and FYE. Thank you for the support, and as always, be good and be good to each other. Stay safe out there.